Aloha, I'm here with Paul Gammy of Gammy Home Care. And Paul, how would a minimum wage increase, this change in policy, affect what you do and affect the community?
It's a complicated subject. There are a lot of moving parts to it. But at the end of it, I think that the legislators try to simplify this overly. I have basically four masters in my life. I provide home medical equipment to people in their homes, and this keeps them out of the hospital, keeps them out of nursing homes. It's the most cost-efficient way to provide help to people. Within that, though, are subtle differences, market-based differences, and I have four masters. One is the federal government, one is the state government, one is the marketplace itself, and the final one is the internet. When you say I'm just going to raise the cost to an employer and you can just pass it along, that doesn't work in my world. I have existing contracts that the federal government requires that I do things for a certain amount of money. The state totally supports those. Then I have to deal with it. Then if I try and pass the cost through, I can only go so high and passing private costs through because the internet restricts what I can do. Then finally, it's the marketplace itself. We are dealing with a 2% unemployment rate or thereabouts here on the island, and it's really difficult to find anybody already. In other words, us employers are already paying as much as we can for people. I stopped working with the federal government 2 years ago. It's created a lot of problems. If you don't believe it, Mr. Legislature, go and talk to the hospital about how hard it is to discharge people home who have Medicare insurance. We don't take it, and we're the only, because they cut us back 50%. They waved their magic wand and cut us back 50%. That doesn't work in my world. Now, and the state wants to follow those same numbers. That doesn't work in my world either. I just had a conversation today with I'd love to name the health plan, but I can't. With a health plan that wants to follow those numbers, and I said, I won't take your customers anymore, and I'm the last person standing in a lot of services here on the island. When you raise my costs, you just did it. Raise my costs, labor costs by somewhere around 30% with the last increase, and very shortly following it with another 30 plus, almost, when you do it in its totality, almost 100% increase over the last 6-7 years. I'm not sure exactly how long this one is supposed to play out for, but we as small businesses can't absorb this. I'll tell you the truth. I've tried to sell my business in the last year. We're too small. We're a rural community. Within that rural community, none of the big players, Google doesn't want us, Amazon doesn't want us, even national and regional players in my industry don't want us because we're too small. And yet we're really important to this community. And when you raise the numbers, like you're talking about raising the numbers, it stops the process from occurring properly. You can't just wave a wand and say, oh, this is how it's going to be. And I know it sounds easy and it just sounds good. Just pass the cost through. Is the state willing to pay 10, 15, 20% more to what I do because my cost of labor just went up 30, 40, 50%? I don't think so. So you're squeezing the difference where all of a sudden things are just going to go away. And that's where I have to stand up and say, don't do this. Not so soon, not so quickly. You just did a bunch of changes, and we survived that, but we're right on the edge. And then if you do what you're doing the next time tomorrow, I can't say that I can accept people out of your hospital. They're going to back up in the hospital, and then it's going to be a mess. It's just going to be a mess because you're changing the market dynamics too quickly. And those four masters that I spoke of, the federal government, the state government, the internet, and the marketplace, to say you can't just change it. It takes time to build these things in. So that's my 2 cents.
Thank you, Paul. I appreciate you sharing. I know you're very passionate on this issue because it desperately hurts your business in so many different areas as you've illustrated. And we appreciate you sharing because it is impacting businesses. We are seeing businesses close and jobs lost.
Yep. Okay. Thank you, Pat. Thank you.